All right, time for some more Q&A. These are questions submitted by people on my Patreon. If you want to submit a question for a future video, my Patreon is patreon.com/ProZD. It's $1 a month. So if you want to submit a question, feel free to pledge. All right, let's hop in. What anime would you want a Muppet version of the most? So I talk about this anime all the time, but actually, Chihaya Furu, I think, would be hilarious with Muppets. I think, first of all, just seeing the Muppets do the Karuta card slap motions would be really fun to watch. Also, just having characters like Hermit go like Nani wazuni sakuyo kono hana fuyugomori, just like having different Muppet characters do the readings for the poetry verses would be really entertaining. So I know I'm biased. I always talk about Chihaya Furu, but oh man, especially because no one would ever make this. So like, if they made a Muppet version with all the motions with the Muppets and the that'd be hilarious. So that's my answer. Do you have any opinions on recently being sort of known as the guy from K-pop Demon Hunters, despite him only having a few lines, compared to some of your more significant character roles? So it doesn't bother me at all. Like, honestly, one, I think the movie's great, and I think my character, actually, I voiced a few characters. For those who don't know, I also voiced the old man in the bathhouse. Hey, seen my little soda pop. That's also me, right? I had fun with the movie. It's really become this thing that's so much more beyond me. So it's just kind of like an honor to be part of it. It's an honor to be part of something that's has so much Korean culture in it, introducing Korean culture to so many people. I've been doing a lot of conventions, and something that's been new for me is that so many families and kids are coming up, and they're like, we love this movie. My kids watched this 40 times. It's helped us through tough times. So I'm genuinely just like, hey, I'm totally happy to be a part of it. I think the movie's awesome. If I didn't like the movie, maybe I'd feel a little like, whatever about it. But I think the movie is really great. So I am like honestly just happy to be a part of it. I don't know, I had a good time. What are your favorite kinds of games to play on your Let's Play channel? Are they ones new to you or ones you have played before? So for those who don't know, I have a Let's Play channel called ProZD Plays Games. Check it out. There's a link in the description. It's my favorite channel on YouTube. What are my favorite kinds of games? We like to play ones usually with a lot of dialogue, because we like to do the voices out loud. So like Ace Attorney, visual novels like that. Those are really fun to do. As far as what our favorite kinds are, I think we generally, we'll play anything. So people send in games, we play everything. I think the ones we've played before, we tend to be more excited about. I think the best ones might be like, maybe I've played it, but Steve hasn't played it, or vice versa. Where like, one person is kind of like showing another person a game they love. That's really fun. But with that said, like, we love Ace Attorney, we've played those. We've both played those games. And we've also tried games that are brand new to us when it's fun to discover, like a new game you never thought about. So, to answer your question, all kinds of games, but visual novels with lots of dialogue for us to voice act are usually our favorites. Would you like to either host or be a cast member on SNL? I'd love to host. I don't think I'd ever have that opportunity. But if I ever did, I think that'd be really fun, actually. A cast member, that sounds terrifying. I feel like there's so much going on there. Like, I feel like it sounds like a really tough environment, actually. So I don't know if I'd want to be a cast member. With that said, hey, Lorne Michaels, want to call me up, but or whatever. But to be a host would be really fun. If I ever got to do that, that would be really cool. Are you gonna play Pokemon Legends ZA? At some point. Not in any rush to do so currently, but it looks fun. I like the characters. I did like Arceus a lot, so yeah, at some point. But it's funny, this question was asked a while ago, but the game is out pretty recently now. It's on my radar, but probably not anytime soon. What do you do with all the games people send you for the Let's Play channel once you're done with them? We keep them all. I have them all on a shelf in case we ever want to go back to them, and also just because, hey, you gave us these games. If there's ever like multiple copies, Steve gets them too. So yeah, we keep all those games. I've kept every game I've ever been sent. Any Dragon Quest series hot takes? So I've been playing through all the Dragon Quests. I only have one left, stateside, 9. I've played 1 through 8. I've beaten 1 through 8 and 11. My hot takes, honestly, and this might be a little controversial, is I'm not a big fan of 3. I know 3 is this really beloved one in the series, but like 3 and 6, and then I just finished 7, all the ones that are like, hey, you can be whatever class you want, are really not interesting to me. I prefer RPGs where each character is very distinct, and they have like, this is this guy, he has these powers, she does this stuff. Like in the Dragon Quest games, and also like I have this problem with like Final Fantasy V, which I'm also playing through all those, where it's like, oh, they can all be whatever class, which is kind of cool, but then they all kind of become the same, if that makes any sense. Especially in Dragon Quest, where there's like a class, the hero class, that's the best one. And you kind of like, or at least I'm talking about in 7, which is the one I most recently played. And so you kind of play as different classes, but you have to play certain ones to unlock other ones. And if you want the best classes, you kind of have to play the same classes. So they all kind of become the same. I don't know. And I'm not a big fan of that. I much prefer Dragon Quest games where each character is very unique in their playstyle throughout the whole game. 11 is still my goat, but I think like 8 does that well. 4 and 5, overall, I'm a big Dragon Quest fan, but not the ones where you swap classes. With that said, I haven't played 9 yet. I hear good things. I'm still willing to, have an open mind about it. Any roguelikes / deck builders from this year you'd recommend? I'm very behind on video games, but I just 100%ed Hades 2. I loved that game. Obviously, people know this game, but if you don't, it's a roguelite with great acting, great storytelling. What were my final hours on it? Let me pull it up. Final playtime for me was 121.6 hours. And I 100%ed Hades 1. I 100%ed Hades 2. I basically played it non-stop for a month. I loved it. With that said, if you guys have any recommendations for roguelikes or deck builders that you think I'd enjoy, I love both of those types of games, so please recommend in the comments what ones you would recommend. I love like Slay the Spire. I was a big Binding of Isaac fan back in the day. Let's see, what are some other roguelikes Luck Be a Landlord is great. Balatro. Yeah, those are just a few of the ones I've really enjoyed. So I'm always looking for recommendations because roguelikes, deck builders, or both are my shit. So please recommend some if you have any you think I would like. How many Mario games do you have left to play? Would you do a tier list as you near completion? So for those who don't know, I'm playing through all the Super Mario mainline platformer games. There are, I think, 24 of them, and I've beaten 20 of them. There's only 4 I haven't beaten. New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I've never played. There's Super Mario Sunshine, which I tried a little bit of. I'm not a big fan of it, but I do need to play it just to, beat it for the list. Bowser's Fury, I'm really excited about. And then the big one for me is Mario 64. I obviously played it when I was young, but I never owned it. And I borrowed it from a friend, and I got up to the final floor, but then I had to give it back. So I've never actually beaten it. I've never rolled credits on Mario 64. That's like a big blind spot for me that all my Mario friends always just kind of rub in my face like, oh, you think you're a Mario fan? You didn't beat Mario 64? Bitch, I've beaten 20 of them. But anyway, those are the 4 I have yet to play. So I'm almost done with those. A tier list or a video I think would be fun, so probably. I would like to do some kind of maybe retrospective or ranking video. If you think that would be fun to watch, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me rank all the Super Mario games. And finally, any current live-action movie roles that you are involved in. Was just in a Yakuza live-action commercial. You can watch it on Sega's channel. That was really fun. I got to dress up as Yakuza characters. I never would have thought in a million years I'd get to do something like that. So that was really fun to do. It's not a movie role, but it was a live-action role. And then I actually just finished filming a short film called A Giant Living Eye. I went to Virginia. I shot for a few days. I am the lead character in the short film, and that was a lot of fun. So stay tuned for news on that. On all anything related to that. We just kind of finished a week ago, so still too soon to say what details. But yeah, I really had a good time. And as far as more in the future, I'd love to do more live action stuff. So yeah, who knows? But 2 pretty recently for me, the Yakuza commercial and then this A Giant Living Eye. Both were a lot of fun. All right, that was everything in this Q&A video. If you want to submit a question for a future Q&A video. My Patreon is patreon.com/ProZV. There's a link down there. It's $1 a month. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.